Hello everyone, this is Mr. Everett, and today's lesson is how to use models and diagrams to explain the Pythagorean theorem. Let's go ahead and get started. This lesson is the first of 3 lessons, so a quick overview. It's really all about right triangles. That means it's a triangle that has a 90-degree angle in it. Then we're going to look at the converse, which we'll talk about in the next video. And then finally, we're going to learn how to solve. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of solving in all of them, but in the first one, we're going to focus on how to model it with squares. And second, what the converse is, meaning if I give you 3 sides, you can tell me if it's a right triangle. And then third, we're going to be solving. But we'll be doing actually a little solving in all of them. So again, the lesson, you'll be able to use models and diagrams to explain the Pythagorean theorem. Our vocabulary is theorem, leg, hypotenuse, area, and right triangle. All right, so you got your 3 squares. You got A, B, and C, and you got triangle S. So you cut the squares out in a triangle. Now match the size of each box or each square to the side of the right triangle. And then answer this question. What is the relationship between the area of the 2 small squares and the area of the large square? So first of all, match them up with the triangle and then answer this question for me. All right, so if you match them up, hopefully a little better than I did, you put the side with 4 on this side, the side with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this long side, and the side with 3 on this side. So what's the relationship? Well, this side has a side of 3. If I square it, I get 9. This has a side of 4. If I square it, I get 16. This has a side of 5. And if I square it, I get 25. So what's the relationship? Well, if I take the square of this side, which is 9, add it to the square of this side, which was 16, I get the square of the longer side. Again, this was 3. I squared it, I got 9. This was 4. I squared it, I got 16. This is 5. I squared it, I got 25. Short squared equals the long side squared. So Pythagorean theorem says that in any right triangle, the square of the length of the longest side, in this case is C, is equal to the squares of the lengths of the 2 shorter sides. So take any triangle, you have 2 short sides and a long side. So if you square the short one plus the square of the other short one, you're going to get the long one. But of course in math we don't write in words like short, short, and long. So we say A is a short side, B is a short side. So if I square my short side A, add it to the square of my short side B, it'll equal to the square of my long side C. All right, so pause the video. Actually, I'll do a couple of them with you. Let's see. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find the missing area. Find the missing area. So I come over here. Here's my right angle. So that must be my hypotenuse. So I know what? That A squared what you think is Q squared. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm going to call this one A. And A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to be the side B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared. Now it says just find the area. I don't want to find out what the length of the side is. So notice it's taking the square root. We got 12. All right. The area of 3, square 3, is 100. And the area of square 2 is 44 square units. How long is square 1? So I want you to go ahead and pause that for me. come back and let me know what you came up with. All right, that was the last one. So we're done with the intro lesson, and we have some practice problems and a little quiz. So we'll see you on the video to correct or to go over the practice problems. Talk to you soon.